night while I'm mixing records. Talking dirty all night while I'm mixing records. Gon' have to call in sick 'cause it's gon' take all night. Talking dirty all night while I'm mixing records. Talking dirty all night while I'm mixing records. Talking dirty all night while I'm mixing records. Talking dirty all night, 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 night. Talking dirty all night while I'm mixing records. Talking dirty all night while I'm mixing records. Talking dirty all night while I'm mixing records. Gonna have to call in sick 'cause it's gonna take all night. Talking dirty all night. Talking dirty all night. Yeah. Talking dirty all night. Talking dirty all night. Yeah. Talking dirty all night. Talking dirty all night. Yeah. Talking dirty all night. Gonna have to call in sick 'cause it's gonna take all night.
Wow. Gay Roberto walks in the studio, just starts mixing straight away. Can't stop that guy. Welcome. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
It's great nice to see you back.
Yeah, it's good to be back. It's been a little while.
Yeah, so I'm in denial about it still, mate. I feel like you're still part of the Thursday fam. So that's why we had to get you back in as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Because there was something missing.
Oh, I do miss coming in, but I got to say, with the Thursday nights, every Thursday night at Revolver, you know, I tried a few weeks when Revolver reopened to
it's a marathon, huh?
Yeah, and I moved back to Ringwood as well, so it's getting up even earlier to drive into the studio and then spend, 24 hours awake every Thursday,
which is like nice on a special occasion, but it's probably not a very sustainable lifestyle. So
every single week,
as sad as I felt personally, I completely thought it was a smart decision for you, mate. So if anyone is listening having no idea what we're talking about, I'm Miss Gabrielle. You're listening to Ibiza In September on Kiss FM, and I have my special guest today, Gay Roberto, who used to have an amazing show directly before this one. Mid-morning music.
That's right.
It was so smooth. It was like this. It's like we're kind of like merging shows at the moment.
Yeah, that's right. It's cool. It's cool. I always thought it was an awesome. I always loved playing before you and feeling like I'm kind of warming up for Ibiza In September every week.
That's wicked.
And it's good to finally, be in the afternoon.
That's it. And I guess sometimes I still feel like midday is a bit mid-morning,
Yeah, 100%. I definitely feel like it's morning right now.
Yeah, that's
Still got the taste of coffee in my mouth.
That's it. Just waking up. So, and the other reason for the 24-hour days, other than mid-morning music, was that you're usually closing at good old Revs.
That's right. So I'm the big wig for Thursday nights at Revolver.
Call it shine, baby.
Yeah, but I do like to
the
I do
boss
like to
man's in the
give
house.
I do like to give the hot seats to the guests.
Yeah.
So that they can have a better time, and we never know what's going to happen at the end of the night. There might be 5 people there. Usually it's all right, but you're kind of on the back foot a little bit, and more working to placate the moment.
Yeah.
And kind of keep people there.
Yeah.
Whereas you're playing at 1 o'clock or 11 o'clock, as you know, you can really, you can really make it your own thing and and people just get around whatever you're doing. So it's
Yeah.
like, you know, ripe for creativity. So I'm happy to put myself on the graveyard shift and let all my guests
That's
shine.
wicked. And I think that that's something that I like about you as a promoter. Like, you make everyone feel very at home and like a superstar. So thank you. Thanks for having me a few weeks back. It was sick.
Yeah, looking forward to the next time we get to have you down.
We'll have to do it again.
Absolutely.
So how's it been going? Are you like, even though you're playing, what time's graveyard like 4 a.m. or
Yeah,
something?
usually I'm playing 4 or 3:30 till about 5 to 6, depending on when we're closing. Yeah. I might get another tune ready.
All right.
But we can keep chatting.
He just doesn't stop. Look at him multitasking. so smooth, so sexy, sultry, good vibes in my soul. This is like, this sound is so perfect for this show, but also it's like this kind of sounds that I've come to associate with you, but I know you play some real like late night banging techno as well. Like what's...
I always keep it smooth though.
Yeah.
I always try and put in the most euphoric tracks and like never. I always try to be mindful of the atmosphere like the song selections create while I'm DJing, and try and feel as in touch with the current vibe as possible. So kind of like looking out at the dance floor and taking that moment. And this is something I admired in the DJs that I watched when I was a punter and like idolizing DJs, is just that moment to look out on the dance floor for a moment and really feel the moment, appreciate what the moment is, what's the atmosphere, is it maybe a bit too dark or is it perfect, or could they like try and look out to the crowd for inspiration to what you're going to play next, rather than being like, okay, this is my show and you're going to love it or you're going to leave it, to really have that like back and forth. And I feel like absorption, doing that over the years has really put me in a position where I constantly try to create the most warm atmosphere possible, I guess. Yeah. So do you want me to quickly say what tunes have been playing?
Yes, please.
So the first one I put on was a song called New Life by Fresh and Low. And then the last one before this was by Magnus International from Norway. It was called Synths of Jupiter. And this current one is from Chaos in the CBD, who are from New Zealand. And the song is called Emotional Intelligence.
Hey.
Yeah.
Relevant.
So we were having a pretty good yarn just before.
Yeah, and I always do that. I have like great chats with my guests, and I'm like, oh my God, why didn't we have the mics on? But yeah, it was kind of related to that sort of like late night set, or being able to play this kind of music, and like where your preferences are, where you're able to really sort of shine, or where you may be like struggling to express yourself creatively because of like, I mean, not struggling, but like.
Oh, I know what you mean though. It's that compromise, and this is what I was talking about. Kind of trying to, after COVID, now that I've got this residency at Revolver, I'm in such a lucky position for Melbourne. I kind of am living the dream that a lot of DJs aspire to be able to have a residency where I can play music that I love week in, week out, and really like, set the standard, and it's what I want to play, and DJs are playing what I want them to play, and it's really fulfilling in that aspect where. Now, if I go and bang out a set that's like a little bit, I'm compromising on what I want to play for the crowd, which is not really my crowd.
Yeah. Now
I'm finally in a position where I could just say, this isn't going to advance my career in any way, so maybe we'll just say no to that one.
And like your soul as well. Like if if you play too many sets, I think that, maybe advance your career or whatever, or they look good on a flyer, but they're not the right moment for you to express what you really feel musically, then maybe it's your career, because you're not carving out the sound that you think of, but it's also your, like, you want to stay in love with what you're doing.
Yeah, 100%, and that's what I kind of felt during COVID, is like, you can really burn yourself out on a passion.
Yeah.
When you make it your career, that's what people say, like,
sure.
So you got to be mindful to keep it rewarding, I guess.
Yeah. Saying no.
Absolutely.
Having good boundaries.
But it's good to. I appreciate that not everyone's in that position. I'm very lucky. I'm very privileged, and I'm going to make the most of it and just keep banging out good sets. And also now I'm at a point now where the more picky I am, I guess, then the more direct association the Gay Roberto brand will have with these epic, iconic sets that I now
that
only
you love.
play.
And I did, like, for you, was COVID a good time to be able to like clarify that in your mind, like, okay, I'm going to say a bit more no, or I'm going to know my worth and like where I want to be? Was that a time for that? Totally.
I mean, we had the rug of everything kind of ripped out from beneath our feet as DJs.
Yeah.
And I was lucky to be able to get a slot here on Kiss FM to kind of keep putting out music and keep on record box at home and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely made me stop and think, like, when I first came back into it, there were a few sets that was kind of like, I was hoping it was going to be better than this. After all of that, like there's still dickheads out. They're not. COVID's not going to make anyone suddenly like amazing at dancing. Oh, looks like we got to get another track on.
We might have a little ad break.
Okay,
Just
no
for
worries.
1 second, but don't go anywhere because there's more Gay Roberto right after the break.
Sheen Panel Service is here to make sure Victoria keeps moving. They'll keep you on the road with one of their accident replacement vehicles available at no cost to you. Find out more at sheengroup.com.au. T's and C's apply.
Calling all drum and bass junglers. We have a Melbourne exclusive celebrating Drum and Bass Day, Saturday, 17th of April. We have bass culture touching down at Rubik's nightclub in Brunswick between 10 p.m. and 3 a.m. Melbourne's elite DJs on the night will be Decibel, Quantant, Reframe, System, and the one that called 01, alongside MCs Rowdy and myself, the Manakai. Early bird tickets are $5, then $10 thereafter, and $15 on the door. Trust me, it's gonna be a night to remember. You're rocking and you're shocking with the best. Bass culture put the crews to the test. Yes, 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 yes.
Having a party? Or are you a DJ needing a sound system for a party? Kiss FM can help with all your equipment needs to make your party rock. Kiss FM has Pioneer Troublemaker sound systems, mixers, Pioneer CDJs, Technics turntables, disco lights, microphones, and more, all for hire.